Let's talk about something that's probably on your mind: bone health during menopause. But here's the thing: we're not going to focus on the fear. No, we're going to flip the script. This is your guide to getting stronger and taking charge for all the amazing years ahead. And look, if you do, you are not alone. It's a totally valid worry. This idea that our bones could become fragile, that one little slip could turn into a big problem, yeah, that can stir up a lot of anxiety. But what if we decided to look at this from a completely different angle?
Exactly. Let's reframe the whole conversation. Instead of worrying about what you might be losing, let's put all our energy into what you can build. This isn't about weakness, it's about strength. And trust me, you have way more power over this than you think.
So, to get in the driver's seat, we first have to understand what's actually going on under the hood, right? Let's get into the why behind all these changes. Okay, so the main character in this story is a hormone called estrogen. For years, it's been the silent guardian for your bones. Think of it as your skeleton's personal protector, working 24/7 to keep things strong, dense, and even flexible. During menopause, the levels of this protector hormone naturally start to decline. And here's what that looks like side by side. On one side, you have bones with plenty of estrogen. They're strong and dense. On the other side, when those estrogen levels drop, well, things can get a little thinner and maybe a bit more fragile. But listen, knowing this isn't scary. It's powerful. It's our launchpad for taking action. And please, if you hear anything today, hear this. Bone loss is not your destiny. It's not some inevitable sentence you just have to accept. You have a huge amount of say in the health of your bones from this day forward. So let's talk about how. So if estrogen was our protector in chief, who takes over the job now? Well, the answer is amazing, and it's something you can build entirely on your own. We are talking about muscle. Seriously, tattoo this on your brain. Muscle protects bone. It's that simple, and it's that profound. This is your new #1 strategy. So, how on earth does that work? Well, think of your muscles as your body's own built-in shock absorbers. They're like a personal bodyguard for your skeleton. They support your joints, they improve your balance, and they literally cushion your bones, which dramatically lowers your fracture risk if you ever take a tumble. And you really don't need to become some gym junkie to do this. We're talking powerhouse moves you can do right in your living room. Squats using just your body weight, push-ups against a wall using a stair for step-ups. These are all incredible for building that protective foundational strength. And the magic word here is consistency, not crazy intensity. The goal? 3 days a week. That's it. A solid 20, maybe 30 minutes is all it takes to send that powerful signal to your body that says, hey, we need to keep building here. Okay, so we've got our strength training down. Now let's add another layer, another kind of movement that sends a direct memo to your bones. We're talking about weight-bearing activities. Basically anything where you're on your feet working against gravity. Every time your foot hits the pavement on a walk, every time you climb some stairs, you're sending a little wake-up call to your bones, reminding them to stay strong. Even 10 minutes a day of dancing around your kitchen makes a real difference. All right, movement is covered. Now let's talk about fuel. You wouldn't try to build a strong house with flimsy materials, right? Well, the exact same thing goes for your bones. First up, you've got calcium. That's your main building block, the bricks for your bone house. But those bricks are kind of useless without a construction crew, right? That's vitamin D. It's what helps your body actually use the calcium. Then you have magnesium and protein, which are like the mortar and framework holding it all together. And the best part? You find all this stuff in delicious everyday foods. And I really want to double-click on this for a second. You could be eating all the calcium-rich foods in the world, but if you're low on vitamin D, that calcium just can't get to where it needs to go. They are a team, a true dynamic duo. So getting a little bit of safe sun or eating things like eggs is key to making sure your efforts aren't going to waste. All right, let's wrap up with some simple daily habits. Think of these as the small hinges that swing big doors. These little changes can have a huge impact on your overall bone health. Staying hydrated? Yep, that helps your bones. Kicking the smoking habit? Absolutely huge, since smoking can literally speed up bone loss. Easing up on alcohol? A smart move, because too much can mess with how your body absorbs all those amazing nutrients we just talked about. And finally, working on your balance, which is your #1 defense against falls. And speaking of balance, here's your challenge for today. Right now, if you can, just try standing on one leg for 10 seconds. Go on, give it a try. Then switch to the other side. It sounds almost too simple, but doing this every day is an incredibly powerful tool for building stability. It is so important to remember this. Your bones are alive. They're not just some inert scaffolding inside you. They are living, dynamic tissue that is constantly remodeling and responding to the messages you send it through every step you take and every healthy meal you eat. They are listening.
So when we zoom out, this whole conversation, it's not a story about weakness. It's a story about strength, your strength. The power to protect your health is literally in your hands and in your feet. So my question to you is, what's one small thing you'll do today to start building yours?